Hi, folks. Sorry about the technical difficulties right at the very start. Unbelievable. I don't know if it's working on YouTube currently. I think Facebook seems to have gone up. We had some audio problems. Typical. Welcome, week 20 of Lopez Quiz, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get YouTube back up and running. It says for some reason it's not working. Don't know why. If this is your first time joining us, don't worry, this happens for a couple of minutes quite regularly, and then we're off to a good... Well, how are you all anyway? Hopefully you all have your drinks and snacks prepared and ready for another week of Lopez Quiz. I think YouTube is back up and running now. It says excellent connection. I hope that is the case. So apologies for the start. We're a couple of minutes running behind. I'm sure I will make it up by speed reading some of the questions later on. Let's take a look now. So I think everything is up and running now. Who we got playing? We've got Zebra Dog Lady from the Midlands, Save the Burley Badgers. Week 20, hi, welcome back Linda. Bring back the beer mat, welcome on YouTube. Omskirk Ladies, ready to go. The drinks and snacks are ready from Melanie Tyson, excellent news. Hot Tub Quarantine Machine. Trish and Les, ready to quiz. Brothers in Arms back again, back to Stella. The quarantine is Zebra Brush still here. I can't believe it's week 20 either. That is madness to me, but we're still going. Jamie, welcome back. Una, how are you doing? I haven't muted anything. Are these old comments, I think? Yeah, we had some problems with the setup. I'm just catching up with the comments while I was panicking over the technical rubbish. I think stuff is going back to normal. Scrambled Eggheads, welcome to the party. All right, folks, we're going to start very soon. Before that, let's have a little bit of a quick chat. So if you don't know, if this is your first time playing, I'm Ignacio Lopez, Spanish-Welsh comedian. Been doing comedy in Wales for 10 years. I've been running pub quizzes from my living room for 20 weeks. You know, it's a bit bit weird for me to still be doing them, but I'm having fun. The people who play are having fun, so I think we're going to continue with them. It's been quite cool. The rules are simple. You are going to be writing down the answers yourself on your paper, so all you need is a pen and paper. Do not post the answers in any of the comments, or I will block you. All right, that will happen. Write down your answers on pen and paper. Then you are going to grade your own answers. I am going to trust you with that responsibility after each round, all right? So I'll give a recap of the questions, then I give you the answers, then we're gonna find out how everyone did. So it's a trust basis, all right? That's what we're looking for. Now, there are a few drinking games you can play along with as well. I'm drinking Estrella Damm tonight for 1 can, because that's all I have left. Because it's been a busy week, ladies and gentlemen, for me. I run a comedy club night on Wednesday. That would usually have been when my gig runs in Swansea, in South Wales, stand-up comedy gig. So what I did is I put one online for people to watch. They bought tickets, they watched on Zoom, they watched on YouTube. It was very fun. All of the comedians enjoyed. They were all hilarious, which was great. And thankfully everything's working on YouTube now. Thank you for giving me the heads up, Sean. That is a weight off my mind. But yeah, so we ran the gig. It was really good fun, very funny. Obviously technical difficulties that night as well, but it all ran relatively smoothly for what I was expecting. It was lots of fun. All the comedians earned a bit of money, which was excellent, because we've been working for we haven't been working for 5 months, so we've been earning fat zero. That's what we've been getting. So it's been nice to be able to pay some comedians to entertain people as well. We got to interact with the people on Zoom, which was lots of fun. It felt like a real comedy club again. I'm going to do another one. It was so much success. It was so good and fun, and everyone enjoyed. We're going to do another one the end of August. So the last Wednesday in August, which I believe is the 26th. I will fact check that in a moment. But that's been great. But for the meantime, we're playing pub quiz. So it's Lopez Quiz. Grab a drink if you're playing one of the many drinking games we enjoy playing. One is, if I leave the microphone muted, then you take a drink, all right? So if you consider what happened at the start there, the technical fault, a mute, then you can take a sip. You can also drink every time I mention Michelle, my partner, who helps put all of this together, keeps me sane, keeps me alive. If I mention Michelle, you can take a drink that time as well. What is the other drinking game we have also? So we do one for Michelle, one for the... Or you can drink every time I drink as well. I think that's the most common drinking game there is. So if I drink, you drink. It doesn't have to be alcohol. You can be drinking soft drink. You can be drinking water, cola, whatever you like. I'm drinking Estrella Damm at the moment. I only have 1 can, and then I'm going to switch over to classic Jack Daniels and Pepsi Max. Does Michelle have a face? Yes, Michelle has a face. You can see, I think she's done some self-portraits and things on her photography page. You can go check out if you want to see what Michelle looks like. But she does not like coming on the live video camera. Although next week is my birthday, so we might have a bit of a different one. We might have a bit of a celebration and stuff. We'll see if I can coax her into coming on camera for my birthday. So yeah, it's going to be lots of fun, this one. Let's kick off with the quiz. Round 1 is useless information. So you don't need to, it's not a typical trivia quiz. There's some real silly questions in here, some challenges, that kind of thing. But let's crack on. And I've got some mentions that we'll do later on in between the rounds as well. So I'll give people some shout outs. All right, round 1, question 1, which I like to call useless information this round. This question is worth 3 points of Lopez Quiz. Number 1, name 3 countries starting with the letter S. Name 3 countries starting with the letter S. That's quite an open one, so there's a point for each correct one you put down, up to 3. All right, so we're looking for 3 countries starting with the letter S, and you can get 3 points for this one. Question 2. Which famous battle is depicted in the Bayeux Tapestry? Which famous battle is depicted in the Bayeux Tapestry? For 1 point. Hearing some lovely feedback as well from the comedy night on Wednesday. Glad you enjoyed it, folks. It honestly has made my year, that comedy night on the Wednesday. It felt as close to normality as I have been this entire lockdown. Telling jokes, messing around, swearing as well. This is a family-friendly show, but I forgot to warn people that the comedy night on Wednesday was not. So I found out afterwards there were some kids in attendance in the comedy club. So I do apologize to the parents if we taught them some new words. What t-shirt am I wearing today? Today I'm wearing a Nine Inch Nails t-shirt, all right? So this is of the one of the EPs they released recently. So was it this year? I don't even know what year it is anymore. It was 2019. No, 2020 they released this EP. What am I talking about? This one was 2018. I've got my t-shirts mixed up. Don't answer in the comments, my friends. If you are joining us and you haven't played before, you don't put the answers in the feeds, all right? You pop your answers on your paper, and we're going to go through the questions and the answers later, so you're marking them yourself. So it's okay if you didn't know, that's all right, but do not post your answers in the feed. Cool. That was question 2. Question 3, ladies and gentlemen. What year was the original Angry Birds released? All right, this is a video game, an app you could get on your phone, iPhone, Android, whatever smartphone you have. What year was the original Angry Birds released? Bonus question. Who are the villains in Angry Birds? Who are the villains in Angry Birds? So this one's worth 2 points. That's correct. Russell giving you answers that are not correct. Estonia does not work. I'm glad you enjoyed, Susan. So yes, there will be another comedy night. We're going to do it on Wednesday, the 26th of August. Wednesday, the 26th of August, we're going to do another comedy night. Has my Nine Inch Nails t-shirt got the correct spelling? It has indeed. It's an official one, not a knockoff. Question 4. So what's coming up is one of my challenge questions. This is the time when you hand your pen and paper over to whoever's the best artist in your group. I want to make sure I'm not showing the answers when I'm also taking part in this challenge. So this is the arts and crafts portion of the quiz. Hand your pen and paper over to whoever's the best artist. I'm going to use a big fat pen for this so you can see what I'm drawing also. Thought I would give it a try. And the question is, with your mouth, draw the following characters, okay? Dennis the Menace, Mickey Mouse, Snoopy, and Marge Simpson, okay? So we're looking for 4 characters. You get a point for each one that merely resembles the character, but you're going to be drawing it with your mouth. I'm going to have a crack now as well. I'm going to have a go. So we're going to give you, I think, 2 minutes for this should be enough, right? So 30 seconds on each character, I think, is a good amount of time. I'm going to try the same thing. So I'm going to start the timer very shortly. Pen and paper over to the best artist in your team. If you're playing by yourself, it's on you. Take the pen, stick it in your mouth, and you're going to be drawing these 4 characters. Here we go. Number 1 is Dennis the Menace. The time starts now. This is terrible. Okay, 30 seconds is nearly up. As the first one. Okay, so I've drawn my first one, and now I'm drawing onto the second one. The second one is Mickey Mouse. This is an easy one, surely. Okay, my Mickey Mouse is definitely not getting a job at Disney. All right, he looks more like Mickey the Rat. Snoopy. This one is difficult. I prefer the one where you just draw with your, when I ask questions where you have to draw with your eyes closed. This is tough with your mouth. Snoopy. Well, that is a terrible Snoopy, and I do not think he's ever had a nose that long. And the final one is Marge Simpson. This is going to look nothing like her. Okay. I'm actually quite happy with my Marge, but they are all terrible. I will show you them shortly. But we're going to move on to the next question. Request a week off the drawing round. You can take as many as you like. You don't have to do it, but you don't get 4 points. So we're going to move on now. That is the end of the drawing round. It was a lot longer. Yes, okay. Look, time has, as we all know, time's got no meaning in lockdown, all right? Sometimes it feels longer, sometimes it feels shorter. The truth is, it doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense. Question 5. Published in 1973, what was Stephen King's first novel? What was Stephen King's first novel? I picked some difficult characters to draw this time. I regret it immediately, especially when I have to show you my drawings. They are terrible. Question 5 was the Stephen King's first novel. Question 6. What name did New York used to have? What name did New York used to have prior to New York? It was probably called something else before people invaded. What was it called before it was called New York? I'm training you all up for this, drawing with your mouth skills, life skills that are going to be very important, I think, post-pandemic. That is what I think. There should be an open university course in drawing with your mouth. Okay, everything technically seems to be running smoothly. I'm always worried it's going to blow up on me or something. Somebody drew all 4 characters in 30 seconds. There's 4 characters. Did you get the 4? Did you just draw 3? You got 4. You did all 4 in 30 seconds. I'm very much looking forward to that. The best thing about the pictures round is I want you to post them on Twitter and Instagram if you can. Hashtag Lopez Quiz. Okay, that is how I can see them. Okay, let's have a recap of all of the questions for you. Question 1. Name 3 countries starting with the letter S. Name 3 countries starting with the letter S. So there's 3 points up for grabs there. You can name any 3 countries as long as they start with the letter S. Question 2. Which famous battle is depicted in the Bayeux Tapestry? Which famous battle is depicted in the Bayeux Tapestry? Question 3. What year was the original Angry Birds released? And you got a bonus question there. Who are the villains in Angry Birds? Question 4. With your mouth, draw the following characters. I'm really looking forward to seeing these. It was Dennis the Menace, Mickey Mouse, Snoopy, and Marge Simpson. My Mickey looks a bit demonic, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. Question 5. Published in 1973, what was Stephen King's first novel? What was Stephen King's first novel? Question 6. What name did New York used to have? So there's 12 points up for grabs in this round. Why don't we crack on with the answers, okay? So first round, get your pens ready. You might want to switch to a different color. Grab that red pen and let's see how well you did. Question 1, all right, so we're looking for 3 countries starting with the letter S. I would have said Spain, Switzerland, Sweden. These are the full list of countries starting with the letter S. So you could have had any of these 3. St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Samoa, San Marino, Sao Tome and Principe, Saudi Arabia, Schaumburg Lippe, Senegal, Serbia, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Singapore, Slovakia, Slovenia, Solomon Islands, Somalia, South Africa, South Sudan, Spain, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Suriname, Sweden, Switzerland, and Syria. Okay, so that is the full list there. Any of those, and you get yourself a point for each 3. Here we go. Question 2. What does the Bayeux Tapestry show? It is in fact the Battle of Hastings. That is what the Bayeux Tapestry, which battle it shows. The Bayeux Tapestry is like an early version of Instagram, if you're unfamiliar. Wonder what hashtags they would have used back then. Battle of Hastings. Hashtag ouch my eye. That would have been one. Question 3. What year did the original Angry Birds was it released? It was 2009. Who are the villains? Green Pigs. Green Pigs are the villain. Does Scotland count? That's a great question. Not according to the list I went on, but I'll accept Scotland, but it wasn't on the list. Why wasn't Scotland on there? So I got the list from, it was the United States official list of countries, but I imagine Scotland is classified like with United Kingdom, which, to be honest with you, I'm not okay with, so I will accept Scotland for sure. People losing their minds over Scotland. Don't worry, you get a point if you pick Scotland. Blame America. That's an easy thing to do. Correct, I'm getting, Susan, you are right. Spain does begin with an E. In Spain, in Spanish. This quiz is conducted in English. Scotland gets a point, yes. Okay, question 4 was the drawings. So we were looking for, and you have to be very honest with yourselves, okay? Imagine you are showing your drawings to a complete stranger, or even better, hashtag them on Twitter, on Instagram, and let strangers tell you who they were. But the 4 we were looking for were Dennis the Menace, Mickey Mouse, Snoopy, and Marge Simpson. I am pretty ashamed of these, they're quite bad. Okay, so the first one was Dennis the Menace. That is my Dennis the Menace right there. He looks angry and happy at the same time, but that's Dennis the Menace for you. Obviously, I didn't have time to color in his hair all black. I think I got the spikes mostly right. My second one, this one I am pretty terrified of, is Mickey Mouse. That is my Mickey Mouse right there. That is, I mean, actually, it looks very close to what the original Mickey Mouse costume in Disneyland looked like. So if you want to look that up, it's quite scary. It will give you nightmares. Mickey the Rat. Then we had Snoopy. So I got a nice side-on view of him. His nose is way too big, and he's looking very cubic there, all right? He's tried to fit himself into an enclosed space. That's what he looks like. Snoopy. And finally, Marge Simpson. I'm quite happy about this. It looks like another Simpsons character is in costume as Marge Simpson. That is not as fluffy as her hair usually is. Dennis, to be fair though, Dennis the Menace, the comparison's been made there between Dennis and Sonic. Their eyes are very similar, the way they're drawn. So if I was drawing them, it would be similar kind of shape, almost like half a butterfly. Then the eyebrow, one eyebrow. So I've done that. The hair is obviously spiky also, like Sonic. But I think if I show that to someone and say which character is that, I think they would have got Dennis the Menace, Mickey Mouse, Snoopy maybe, and Marge Simpson. So be honest with yourselves, or put it to the vote on your Instagram and Twitter, etc. Question 5: the first book published, Stephen King's book. It was a novel. It was Carrie. Carrie was the first book. Sometimes I think it's Christine, because I think that was the first adapted into a film. But Carrie is the first book he had published. Oh, it's Richard's mom, Sean's 60th birthday on Wednesday. How exciting. Happy birthday. Although from what I found out, in lockdown, birthdays don't count, which I'm very happy about because I get to stay the same age. Does South Korea not count? I mean, it wasn't on the list. If you put that down and you fancy giving yourself a point, just go for it. 1 of 3. Kim says my drawings are good. You keep those and put them on the fridge. My fridge actually had pictures from Michelle's nephews on it. That's what we've got on our fridge. I think mine stack up quite well. I might put them up there for the nephews to see when they come around, so they've got something to aspire to. I'll give that a go. I don't know if they're at home playing with it now. And we've got question 6. What was New York called before it was called New York? It is in fact New Amsterdam. Himindor said 3 of your pictures are okay. Snoopy looks like a rat, he said. Well, but would you, if you had to say name what character this is, would you have said Snoopy? That's what you need to ask him. My Mickey looks disturbingly like Al Jolson. Well, there's a lot of comparisons to the early, that era of performance live and vaudeville humor, and the characters. You've got the white gloves, you've got the button top. I think there are some similarities. I wrote Salem's Lot. Is that even by Stephen King? Salem's Lot is by Stephen King, but it wasn't his first book published. It was in fact Carrie. I remember the cover of Carrie that we had. My mom had the book when I was younger, and the cover was because it had already been adapted into a film. The cover was the picture of it, and it was Sissy SpaceX face with blood on it, and it terrified me. I hadn't read the book. I was a kid, and I remember seeing the picture, and that just stuck with me, that image. Years later, I saw the film, and I was equally scared. Yeah, that's a good question, Sally. Where is the YouTube chat tonight? I mean, I'm happy to interact with anything that pops up on the YouTube chat. So if you're there, say hello, and I'll play along like any other chat. So let's give you a round of. So New Amsterdam is what New York was called before it was called New York. Before Britain rocked up and they were like, we're changing this. So this is all of the answers for you. So 12 points up for grabs. How did people do? We had an 11 out of 12. Well done. 8 points in total there for Trish. 5. That's a great start, Linda. Fantastic. We've got Kumtawe Quiz heads scored 11. Kumtawe Quiz heads always get great scores. And just 1 year out for Angry Birds, unfortunate. Did you go for 2010? Is that where you had it wrong? I think it was released on some platforms in 2010, so maybe that mixed you up a bit. Waiting for Twitter feedback to mark the arts and crafts question. Cool, Luna. Let us know how you get on. 10 for Sneaky Blinders. 12 out of 12. Russell smashing it first round. Scrambled Eggheads won 11 points. 11 points for these nerds. Your picture was superb. Congratulations, Russell. Post them up. I want to see them. People arguing over their own scores. It's okay, folks. I'm sure you can work it out. 12 out of 12 for Omskirk ladies. This is quite a strong turnout this week. Week 20, and I think people have finally mastered the quiz. That's what it is. Okay, let's crack on. We now have the music round. 5 for Feel It Bang. That you were brutally honest about the drawings. Well, thank you for your honesty, Kim. I do appreciate that. Okay, we're moving on to the music round, ladies and gentlemen. Question 1 of the music round. On Cyndi Lauper's second album, True Colors, what is the only song Cyndi did not write? Okay, so on Cyndi Lauper's second album, True Colors, what is the only song Cyndi did not write or contribute to? For 1 point. If you need a clue, it was a single. It was released as a single. Is it really sad you get excited when I read your comments out? Of course not. This is interactive. This is what the whole point of the quiz is. It's about connecting each other. For me, it's just a way of being sociable with each people. So, 10 out of 12 for Sally and I. Well done, Charlotte. Congratulations. Over on YouTube. Yeah, this is it. I mean, otherwise, I'd just be stuck in my house talking to my soft animals, my stuffed toys, and myself. I'd just be filming. If you haven't seen the roast of me, which is not family friendly, where I roast myself, I'd just be interacting with myself, and I can be very mean about myself. That video is available on YouTube and my Facebook. You have to scroll through a lot of quizzes now because I've done a lot of these. Question 2. Which 2 singers have toured with Queen since 2004? Alright, so this is a 2-point question. Which 2 singers, you get 1 for each correct singer, which 2 singers have toured with Queen since 2004? So Queen decided to continue touring, or to restart touring, playing the classics, and they had 2 singers that they have toured with since, fronting the band. Which 2 singers have toured with Queen since 2004? 2 points. I'll give you a clue. It's not Freddie Mercury. He's not one of the singers that have toured with Queen since 2004. I remember the last cruise ship I performed on last year. There was a Freddie Mercury tribute act playing Queen and solo songs, and he was very popular. He did 2 shows. I think they both clashed with my show, so I couldn't see it, but I knew how popular he was because my early show every day was empty because everyone was watching that one, and then I'd get a bunch of people come to my second show and they just go about how great it is, and I'd be like, yeah, but it's not full. This show is not full for me. And they'd be like, no, a lot of people have gone back to watch him a second time. Fantastic. Emma saw Queen with one of them. Well, then you definitely should be able to get at least 1 point for this. Question 3. Which brass instrument has a slide? Which brass instrument has a slide? For 1 point. Question 4. Who pulled out of performing at the 2005 MTV Movie Awards as they weren't permitted to perform with an image of George Bush as their backdrop? Who pulled out of performing at the 2005 MTV Movie Awards as they weren't permitted to perform with an image of George Bush as their backdrop? For 1 point. Ray saw Queen with the original lineup. He says it was a kind of magic for sure. If it was a Queen tribute, Wayne would have jumped overboard without a life jacket. Well, you could have just come see my show. That was another alternative. I hope people didn't jump. I hope people didn't look at the itinerary, what shows are showing on the cruise. Oh, we've got Spanish-Welsh comedian Ignacio Lopez or a Queen tribute act. Well, I've had a good run. I've enjoyed the cruise so far, but this is it. I'm going overboard now. Is it the same instrument that has swings and something? That's what I thought was funny about the slide element of the instrument as well. Like, you don't think of it as like a musical component. You just think, get down nothing into it's like a water park. Not the instrument, having a slide. Bob is looking forward to the controversial sports question this week. There has to be one, doesn't there? Maybe I put one in on purpose. We will see. Okay, number 5 is the music intro, naming the original song and artist. Unfortunately, Scott and Felix could not send us a song this week. We're hoping that maybe next week we can pick up a track. So I do have my guitar, but I haven't thought of a song to play. So I'm going to think for a second, then I'm going to play you a riff, and you have to tell me the name of the song and the original artist to the song. So I'm having a quick think. What songs do I know how to play? Okay, I think, do I know that one? This was badly thought out. I was thinking maybe I'll pick up a song in time. It was a rush this week. I do apologize. All right. Okay, I've got one. Right. Okay, hopefully you can hear it. Give it a try. This is not meant to be played on an acoustic, is my excuse. That's what you're getting. That is the intro. Did anyone get that remotely? There's a few songs that sound very similar to it. I play it one more time quickly and then we'll move on. Okay, I'll give you the roundup of the questions. Yes, no, we'll see. If you get it, great. If you don't, I don't blame you, but you've got just as much chance as anyone else of getting it. I need a new seat. I need a new computer chair. I need a new computer. I need a lot of new stuff. It's not jazz, Russell, okay? Give me a break. Phil got it, I think. I think he got it, yeah. You enjoyed it anyway. I apologize, Rhiannon, for the lack of Felix this week, but hey, there's plenty of great videos. If you are missing Scott Morgan, guitarist, and Felix, he's posted a bunch up on his YouTube and his Instagram as well. So check out Scott Morgan, guitarist. Josie said, so we've got a muso who's giving us some info here. Josie said, technically most brass instruments have slides. They have slides for tuning. It's fascinating. I won't accept that as an answer when we get round to the answers, but thank you for the information. Here's a roundup of the questions. Number 1, on Cyndi Lauper's second album, True Colors, what is the only song Cyndi did not write or contribute to, for 1 point, contribute to the writing of? Question 2, which 2 singers have toured with Queen since 2004, for 2 points? Question 3, which brass instrument has a slide? Which brass instrument has a slide? Question 4, who pulled out of performing at the 2005 MTV Movie Awards as they weren't permitted to perform with an image of George Bush as their backdrop? And 5 was the music intro, so I played you a riff. I was just trying to think of songs I could play. The intros round on Nevermind the Buzzcocks was one of my favorite moments of the show, and also the lineup. I wish I could do that. Just bring a bunch of people here and say, who is the person that I'm talking about? Okay, let's give you the answer, shall we? So switch to a different colored pen if you want to mark it differently that way. Here we are. Question 1, round 2, the music round. It was True Colors. True Colors. The song True Colors of the album True Colors is the only song, ironically, Cyndi Lauper did not write or contribute to the writing of. All right, True Colors was the lead single of that album. Question 2, Paul Rodgers and Adam Lambert. Okay, Paul Rodgers and Adam Lambert are the 2 artists, all right, 2 singers that have toured with Queen since 2004. 2 points available there. Question 3, which brass instrument has a slide? And the answer is a trombone. A trombone has a slide. A trombone. 1 point there. So apparently they all use a slide to tune them. Great, but the answer I'm looking for is a trombone. Question 4. Which band or which act dropped out of performing at the MTV Movie Awards? Music Video Awards maybe? Movie Awards at 2005 because they weren't allowed to perform in front of a backdrop, a picture of George W. Bush. It was 9 Inch Nails. There are 9 points available there. It is a bonus 9 points if you got 9 Inch Nails correct at the time. So 9 Inch Nails did not perform at the 2005 MTV Movie Awards because they were not allowed to perform in front of an unaltered image of George Bush with this song, Hand That Feeds, which was kind of a protest song. Afterwards, Trent Reznor was quoted as saying, apparently MTV find the image of our president as offensive as we do. Oh no, Ian put Adam Levine. I mean, I would like to see Adam Levine touring with Queen. I think that would be fun, but no, it was not. 9 points for you if you guessed 9 Inch Nails for question 4, though, ladies and gentlemen. Bonus 9 points. I think it's an easy one. It would have been easy, I think, to guess Rage Against the Machine, because Rage Against the Machine also rebanded and toured or did some shows in 2005 also. But the answer is 9 Inch Nails. And the music intro, I can't sing and play this at the same time, this song, but I will play it for you, the opening riff again, and then I will sing you the opening line, if I remember it. Remember it? My chair is cracking, I don't know if you can hear that. I've been watching while you've been coughing. It is Chris Cornell singing with Audio Slave. The band is Audio Slave and the song is Coaches. Coaches by Audio Slave. So there's a lot of songs that the riff is very similar to, but that was Coaches by Audio Slave. Play loud. Look it up. If you don't know the song, go listen to it. Listen to how terribly I played it. But it's one of my favorite songs ever. Yes, play loud, for sure. No, it was not Kid Rock. I would never play Kid Rock. You'd rather see Adam Ant. You thought it was the Dixie Chicks. We're now just called the Chicks, by the way. I don't know if anyone knows this. The Dixie Chicks are now just called the Chicks. Alison Haggleston should have got 9 Inch Nails. Yeah, I mean, there was... Dixie Chicks would have been a good guess because they were very politicized around about that time. I have a 9 Inch Nails t-shirt on, which means no 9 Inch Nails question. Look, I don't make up the rules. I mean, I totally do. But there was a 9 Inch Nails question. I have to find ways to surprise you with 9 Inch Nails questions. Otherwise, it's no fun for me. So here are the answers on the screen for you. True Colors for 1 point, Paul Rogers and Adam Lambert for 2 points. A Trombone, 1 point. 9 Inch Nails, you got 9 points for that if you got it correct. And the music intro was, the band was called Audio Slave and the song is called Coaches. 15 points up for grabs. How did people do? $14 out of 15. Well done. You have smashed that. Well done, Steven. How did people do over on YouTube? I'm being asked by Alex, Audio who? Audio Slave, my friend. The supergroup created by Rick Rubens when he put together Chris Cornell from Soundgarden and his solo work and the members of Rage Against the Machine. Even the singing wouldn't have helped. Well, it certainly didn't help with my singing that time anyway. Thank you for getting the intro to Phil and Kim. 2 for that round. At least you got 1. The trombone teachers you work with wouldn't have forgiven you. Good to hear, Ian. 1 point for the trombone. 10 for you. Does it count if you put 9 Inch Nails for 3 questions? No, Linda, and you shouldn't have owned up to that because you lose 9 points for every one you incorrectly put 9 Inch Nails for. Ormskirk ladies, not the best there, only 2. It's okay, I'm sure you're going to pick up points later on. Missed the Audio Slave one, you're now shaming yourself. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't the best rendition of Audio Slave. I do apologize. Great. I'm really, guys, I'm pleased that we had such great scores. Now we're going to move on to the next round, which is the sports round, ladies and gentlemen. The sports round, it is a personal favorite of very few people, but we're going to have some fun. Question 1. How many inches from the ground are the bails of a wicket? I'm guessing this is in the game cricket because I don't think there's a wicket in any other sport. Natalie makes a good point. Anyone asking who Audio Slave are needs to spend less time watching this quiz and get about it. I mean, the great thing about this quiz is I don't play music in the background, so you can listen to your own music at home. I would recommend Alexa, play Audio Slave. There we go. That should have sorted some of you out with some music. I don't know if that worked. Let's try again. Alexa, play Coaches by Audio Slave. I don't have an Alexa, by the way. I'm just hoping that worked for some of you at home. Okay, question 2 of the sports round. What colors were Preston North End and West Ham wearing in the 1964 FA Cup final? What colors were Preston North End and West Ham wearing in the 1964 FA Cup final, where West Ham won 3-2? What colors were Preston North End and West Ham wearing in the 1964 FA Cup final? Somebody at home has a daughter called Alex and they have an Alexa, which can get very interesting. Your Alexa didn't recognize the Spanish accent. Oh no! All right, I'm gonna say it extra loud then. Okay, you want to do it? Maybe we get Nana to do it later on. Maybe that will work. I should have got her to say that in there. Question 3. How many pieces of spaghetti would you need to reach the javelin world record? All right. How many pieces of spaghetti would you need to reach the javelin world record? Just to clarify, that is dry spaghetti, and we're going by the standard measurement, the maximum standard measurement, which is 30 centimeters. So how many pieces end to end would you need of spaghetti to reach the world record in javelin? I'm going to give you a margin of error of 10 pieces. 10 pieces. How many pieces of spaghetti would you need to reach the javelin world record? That is interesting to know. If you go into the settings of the Alexa, you can change the wake up word. So if you have a relative with the same name or similar name, it doesn't keep waking Alexa up. That is great knowledge. And it also gives you the opportunity to change it to something silly for laughs. So I would recommend Ignacio. You're not going to have many Ignacios, at least not in the UK. In Spain, there's a lot of us around. How many pieces of spaghetti would you need to reach the javelin world record? Here we go. Question 4. Which sport was banned in Scotland in 1457? Which sport was banned in Scotland in 1457? Which sport was banned in Scotland in 1457? I'll give you a clue. It's not an e-sport. All right? It's not an e-sport. Which sport was banned in Scotland in 1457? Ah, nice. Nicola's word is computer. You say, computer, play Audio Slave. Like in Star Trek. That's cool. I'd probably have gone for Ziggy. Like in Quantum Leap. Hey Ziggy, play Audio Slave. Do you use Nana to wake your Alexa up? Ah. Question 5. Which was the first Asian country to hold an F1 Grand Prix? Which was the first Asian country to hold an F1 Grand Prix? An e-sport is a computer game, a video game sport. People play them competitively now. Some of them earn as much as actual professional athletes, if not more. Deep fried Mars bar eating competitions. They would never ban that in Scotland. I don't think they have competitions of it, to be honest. I think it's just a... I've tried one, deep fried Mars bar. What's good is like you go in and they will pretty much, they'll just deep fry whatever you ask them to. I've had a deep fried burger, deep fried Mars bar. I've not tried a deep fried paella. One day I will go there and try a deep fried paella. It's gonna be a mess. Okay, here's a recap of all of the questions for you. How many inches from the ground are the bails of a wicket? I'm assuming that's in cricket. Let me switch on an extra light because it's getting dark. How many inches from the ground are the bails of a wicket? What colours were Preston North End and West Ham wearing in the FA Cup final 1964? Question 3. How many pieces of spaghetti would you need to reach the javelin world record? Question 4. Which sport was banned in Scotland in 1457? If you can hear my chair cracking there, that is not a nice sound. Which was the first Asian country to hold an F1 Grand Prix? I missed out there. How many pieces of spaghetti would you need to reach the javelin world record? How many pieces of spaghetti? There's not a single 9 Inch Nails question in this sports round, I promise. Okay, I'm trying to get some better lighting here because it's gone very dark. Apologize for the hold up. Okay, let's give some answers to the sports round. How many inches from the ground are the bails of a wicket? The answer is 28. 28 inches from the ground. Question 2. What color were Preston North End and West Ham wearing in the 1964 FA Cup final? The answer is white and grey. White and grey. Interesting noises. So the noise there was me moving the light from one end of the room to another. And now I have it directly in front of my face, so I can barely see, but hopefully you can make out my face. Ready for the pictures round. Oh, please get me a new chair. That's imperative. West Ham and Preston were wearing white and grey. Preston in white, West Ham in grey. Question 3. How many pieces of spaghetti would it take for you to reach the world record in juggling? Giving you a 10-piece margin of error. You would need 329 pieces of spaghetti. 329 pieces of spaghetti. So I will accept anywhere from 319 up to 339. How did people do? I'm not liking this lighting, to be honest. It feels... everything's falling apart in my flat. We don't have a bathroom door at the moment. So it's fortunate that it's just me and Michelle here. Otherwise, it could be quite embarrassing, but we have to let each other know, like, I'm going to the toilet. You said 340. Russell, I mean, look, it's up to you. You're marking your own answers here. If you want to give yourself that point, that's pretty close. 220, out by over 100. 320, well done. 333 pieces of spaghetti. Or 14 to write the numbers, 3 to 9. And which sport was banned in Scotland in 1457? It was golf. Golf, which was actually created in Scotland. I don't know what the reason was it was banned, but I believe it's no longer banned. I think you can play it in Scotland. Can my Scottish friends back me up on that? Is that true? Is that the case? You can still play golf in Scotland, right? I'm going for Jack Daniels and Pepsi Max now. I've run out of Estrella. You guessed 500, Linda. That's not too. I mean, to be fair, you'd have to throw the javelin. You could effectively, you could beat the world record. Go for it. I say, give it a try. And the first Asian country to host an F1 Grand Prix, it is Japan. I don't know. Has anyone got a point yet for this round? I had to delete. Actually, I had to delete Ray's comment because he guessed white and grey for Preston and West Ham in the 1964 final, because that era was in fact black and white. That's why both clubs played in, well, it was white and grey. We've got no way of knowing what actual color the shirts were. I mean, I did look it up, but I don't trust it because, I mean, as we know, all life itself was actually black and white back then. How did people do? Let's see. Did anyone get any points for the sports round? There were 6 up for grabs. So the answers were 28, white and grey, 2 points, 329 pieces of spaghetti for 1 point, golf, 1 point, and Japan, 1 point. 3, congratulations, Linda. That's a heck of a good score. 4 out of 6, well done, including the dubious spaghetti answer. I'll give you that, okay. 5 out of 6 for Helen, congratulations. Well done, Charlotte. Made it 3 to 5, usually way out with the toilet roll. Maybe your metric you should go with from now on is the spaghetti measurement. I think that seems to be the key. Fat 0 for the sports round. I do apologize, Gary. I'm sure you pick up points in the film and TV round. We got coming up. 2 points for Omsquick Lady. Anyone should be happy with any points in this, I think. It was quite a difficult sports round. I wouldn't have got many of those correct. I certainly wouldn't have got the cricket one. I don't like cricket. Oh no. I find it boring. 1 point for Zebra Dogs. 4 out of 6 for Turktown. We've got some great scores here. People have done very well. All right, we're going to move on to the film and television round. Before that, I'm trying my best to transfer the video already of Nana over to my computer because it's been playing up. Nana sent me a video and it doesn't seem to want to work. We're going to move on to the film and television round now, folks. It seems to be working now. So that will transfer as I start asking the first few questions. I hope. Film and television, my favorite round. Question 1. What is the name of Courtney Cox's reporter character in the Scream films? What is the name of Courtney Cox's reporter character in the Scream films? I quite like it, the name. I quite like the films. News has just come out. Actually, they're making a 5th Scream movie, and Courtney Cox will reprise this character. So if you caught the entertainment news earlier, it gave you the answer. Question 2. Who composed the music for The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? It wasn't 9 Inch Nails before you put that down and lose yourself 9 points. Who composed the music for The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? It's a classic tune, one of the most recognizable bits of music of all time, I think. Question 3. Which BBC sitcom, originally broadcast from 1968 to 1977, revolved around the Home Guard during World War II? Bonus. What was the name of the town in the show? Which BBC sitcom, originally broadcast from 1968 to 1977, revolved around the Home Guard during the World War II? Bonus, what was the name of the town in the show? For 2 points. It's a fictional town. They filmed it in a real town. They renamed it for the purpose of the show. Classic British sitcom. With a great theme tune as well. Question 4. In which film did Macaulay Culkin and Ted Danson star in 1994? In which film did Macaulay Culkin and Ted Danson star in a film in 1994? It's not a great film, but I do like both of the people in the cast, and I think I do find them entertaining in it. In which film did Macaulay Culkin and Ted Danson star in 1994? Okay, question 5 is Nana's films. All right, if you've played the game before, you know that I get my Nana to contribute to some questions to help out. Usually good fun. So I'm going to try and load the video because it was my computer that I've been sharing with Michelle has been playing up. Like I said, everything's falling apart in our flat. Find this video of Nana. And just pray that the video isn't too big and that it will play like normal. All right, let's give it a try. So what's going to happen is Nana is going to give you 5 film titles that she thinks they are, with kind of some cryptic clues. I'm looking for the 5 films Nana is talking about, all right? She needs some help. She needs to find these films at her local library, which is now reopened. So her and her neighbor Ethel can watch some movies together on Blu-ray. So listen closely and try and decipher what films Nana is talking about. Here is Nana. I'll play it twice, but here is Nana.
Hiya, love. I hope you're having fun with your little quiz friends again. We managed to go to the library last week, but none of the suggestions were right when we were trying to rent Blu-rays. I hope you lot do better this week anyway, otherwise I'm going to have a blinking boring week, I am. I'll end up watching all the Terminator films again. So here's 5 films me and Ethel have written down, but we can't remember the names. I think this is them, but we can't find them on the library website. So you let me know, love. Tell me what your quiz friends say. This is the first one. The Emerald Kilometre. The Emerald Kilometre. You know, the one about that man on death row. Steve T, I think his name is. The Emerald Kilometre. The second one we wanted to watch is called, I think it's a Mechanical Satsuma. A Mechanical Satsuma. The one about classical music and silly clothes, love. The third one is Whack William. Whack William. You know, with that woman in Bruce Lee's outfit. The director, Mr. Tarantula. Whack William, love. There's 2 chapters. Number 4, Shushin' Sheep. Shushin' Sheep. It's a classic, love. I think it won an Oscar. It's got that man from Zorro in it as a doctor. Only he's locked up. I think he's got COVID. Number 5, love. The Regularly Accused. The Regularly Accused. You know, the one with the criminals. And you don't know who it is until right at the end and somebody drops his coffee. And the bad guy's the real life creep. In real life. He's even got the same initials as the bad guy. In real life. I mean, we should have all seen it coming, really. His career's fallen like an house of cards, love. The Regularly Accused. So those are the 5 films. I want to watch some new films, love. So tell your little quiz friends to get them right for me, okay? Hope you have fun, love. Ta-da!
So that was Nana trying to give you some cryptic clues for 5 films. So I'm looking for 5 film titles for this question. You get 1 point for each correct one. I'm going to play it for you one more time. So you are trying to guess what, what the 5 films that Nana is talking about are. And please get them right, because Nana needs some help finding those Blu-rays in the library, and she doesn't quite have the correct titles. Here is Nana one more time.
Hiya, love. I hope you're having fun with your little quiz friends again. We managed to go to the library last week, but none of the suggestions were right when we were trying to rent Blu-rays. I hope you lot do better this week anyway, otherwise I'm going to have a blinking boring week, I am. I'll end up watching all the Terminator films again. So here's 5 films me and Ethel have written down, but we can't remember the names. I think this is them, but we can't find them on the library website. So you let me know, love. Tell me what your quiz friends say. This is the first one. The Emerald Kilometre. The Emerald Kilometre. You know, the one about that man on death row. Steve T, I think his name is. The Emerald Kilometre. The second one we wanted to watch is called, I think it's a Mechanical Satsuma. A Mechanical Satsuma. The one about classical music and silly clothes, love. The third one is Whack William. Whack William. You know, with that woman in Bruce Lee's outfit. The director, Mr. Tarantula. Whack William, love. There's 2 chapters. Number 4, Shushin' Sheep. Shushing Sheep. It's a classic, love. I think it won an Oscar. It's got that man from the Doctor. Only he's locked up. I think he's got COVID. Number 5, love. The Regularly Accused. Regularly Accused. The one with the criminals. And you don't know who it is until somebody drops his coffee. And the bad guy's the real life creep. In real life, he initials as the bad guy. In real life. I mean, we should have all seen it coming, really. His career's fallen like an house of cards, love. The Regularly Accused. So those are the 5 films. I want to watch some new films, love. So tell your little quiz friends to get them right for me, okay? Hope you have fun, love. Ta-da!
So that was Nana with her 5 films. Hopefully you got some from the cryptic clues. I do love listening to Nana describe films. Here is a recap of all of the questions for you. Question 1. What is the name of Courtney Cox's reporter character in the Scream films? What is the name of Courtney Cox's Scream character? 1 point. Question 2. Who composed the music for the good, the bad, and the ugly? Who composed the music for the good, the bad, and the ugly? Question 3. Which BBC sitcom originally broadcast from 1968 to 1977? Revolved around the Home Guard during World War II. Bonus, what was the name of the town from the show? What was the name of the town from the show? Question 4. In which film did Macaulay Culkin and Ted Danson star in 1994 together? Which film was that? For 1 point. Question 5. Nana's films. You should have a list of 5 films out on from Nana's descriptions, cryptic clues. So there's 10 points up for grabs in this round, ladies and gentlemen. How do people think they've done? Should we give you the answers? Should we find out? Okay, question 1 of round 4. Courtney Cox's character was called Gayle Weathers. Alright, Gayle Weathers is what Courtney Cox's character was called. Question 2. Ennio Morricone. Ennio Morricone was the composer of The Good and the Bad, the Ugly. In fact, most of Sergio Leone's films, the spaghetti westerns, and he's done a lot of great work as well. Incredible comedy work as well before he moved on to westerns. He passed away very recently. Definitely check out Ennio Morricone's work. Really elevated the film, what could be done with composition, music, and film. Question 3. British sitcom classic, Mr. Mannering, Pike. It was in fact Dad's Army. All right, that is the sitcom title I was looking for, Dad's Army. And what was the place? It was Wilmington-on-Sea. Okay, Wilmington-on-Sea. Now I will accept anything that remotely sounds like that because I would not have guessed Wilmington, Wilmington-on-Sea. I would not have guessed that. So, but there's 2 points up for grabs. Dad's Army, Wilmington-on-Sea. What was the film with Ted Danson and Macaulay Culkin? It was, of course, Getting Even with Dad. I don't know if anyone's seen it. It's kind of a classic family movie, family friendly. You guessed Bridlington-on-Sea. I don't know if that's actually where they filmed it. They did film it in Bridlington, but I was looking for the fictional name of the town. Wilmington-on-Sea. Oh wow, Ray's recommended people check out the Spaghetti Western Orchestra performance from the Proms in 2011 where they perform and act out the music of Ennio Morricone. Incredible, skillful, and very funny on YouTube. Well worth watching. I will check it out. So what's good about Ennio Morricone? So he did a lot of great music and Foley art, and he used a lot of unusual instruments and handheld objects to make certain sounds you wouldn't have heard otherwise in film if it wasn't for him. So he's a pioneer in not just the 60s, but well into, he was still making film soundtracks right up until his death this year. What a talent. Home Alone 4, Home Aloner. No, it wasn't, unfortunately. It was Getting Even with Dad, which is it's a funny movie. Go check it out. If you've got your kids around, you want to show them a movie about a deadbeat dad and kid giving it all, it does what it says on the tin, Getting Even with Dad. These are Nana's films. Let me get what she wrote down. Let me give you what did she call them so I know. Here we go. So Nana's films. She mentioned the Emerald Kilometer. That was in fact the Green Mile. She talked about a Mechanical Satsuma. That was a Clockwork Orange. She said Wack William. Wack William was Kill Bill. She said Shushing Sheep, which was The Silence of the Lambs. And she talked about the final film was The Regularly Accused, which was in fact The Usual Suspects. So there's the films we were looking for. The Green Mile, A Clockwork Orange, Kill Bill, The Silence of the Lambs, and The Usual Suspects. So 5 points up for grabs for that film title. The Emerald Kilometer had you in stitches. There were some that, I don't know if you've ever tried to talk, it happens with my mom. I'll be talking about the film and she'll be like, that guy. What guy? And just the avenues my mother goes down to explain what film she's talking about. Very amusing. Mechanical Satsuma. I might get film posters made with my grandmother's titles on instead of the originals. So here are the movies. Here's the film and TV answers. Gayle Weathers, Ennio Morricone, Dad's Army, Warmington-on-Sea, Getting Even with Dad, and The Green Mile, Clockwork Orange, Kill Bill, Silence of the Lambs, and The Usual Suspects. I'm glad to hear that you got all of Nana's ones. Well done. Nice. So out of 10 points, how did people do? We've got 8, we've got 7, we've got 10 out of 10 for Omskirk ladies. Well done. 8 for the late entry Scotsman. Welcome to the party, Mark. Good to hear from you. Good to see you. You missed out the question earlier where I asked people to name countries starting with S, and Scotland was not on the list. I do feel bad about that. My bad. I should have not gone with America's answers. 6 points. 8 for these nerds. Kumtawi quizzes, 8 out of 10, 3 points cul-de-sac like me, 6 out of 10 for the Quarantinis. Quizzy Rascal got 8, makes up for the abysmal sports round. I don't think people do, I would not have got a lot of correct answers in the sports round, but well done everyone who did. 4 for you, the cryptic clues were brilliant. I'm glad you liked them, folks. 6 out of 10. Trucker Tuckers, 9 out of 10, 8 points from Una. All right, 9. We are getting some great scores here. If you've played the quiz before, then you know we are coming up to the pictures round, ladies and gentlemen, right? The pictures round where I show 5 images, but I have shoved my face through them like like when you go to a fairground or at the beach and they've got those pictures with the faces cut out. I do that with these images, and you have to tell me who is the person in the picture, okay? So then I'm basically replacing people's faces with my own, but it's very difficult for me because I can't quite see the image, so I'm putting my face through and you have to guess who they are. There's going to be 5 pictures, folks. There's a point for each correct answer, so write them down on your paper, get ready, and here we go. Jeff has asked as well, ask Nana if she'll host a quiz for me next week to give me my birthday off. We'll see. I don't think she'll be up for it. She's usually in bed by 9 p.m. at the latest, so it's unlikely. She grew up on a farm. She's used to getting up early. All right, so this is the pictures round. There's going to be 5 images. You have to tell me who they are. Here's the first one. I'm going to get my face in place. Ready? Before I load the picture. This is tough. Okay. Does that work? Okay, I guess so. We'll try this. Oh dear. First one, 1 point. Who is this? Who is this? I think I've got his expression spot on there. I can do the eyebrows. That's actually his eyes in the glasses. I couldn't Photoshop them out. So that's the first one, picture number 1. Okay, we're moving on to picture number 2. This is a very different position for me. Picture number 2. Oh, okay. I mean, that's got to be one of the easiest ones of all time, right? You must be you're definitely getting that one right. I think what expressions he put in there? It's more like, I think he's got his eyes closed in this one actually. He's got, it's more like, does that work? Number 2, okay, number 3, here we go. Oh dear, this looks like a character from a Tarantino movie, but it's not. I think an eye patch quite suits me. What do you think? I think I could pull off an eye patch. If I can afford laser eye surgery on one eye and I have to wait for it to recover, I can do with an eye patch. So who is that? We just want the name. Write down the name of the person in the picture. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. This is a piece of cake. If you don't get this one, there's something desperately wrong with you. You don't even need a face in this one, I don't think. How is he positioned? Okay, it's like, oh, there we go, it's like that. I'm trying to remember what expression he has in this image. It's like, slightly further away from the camera though, so I'll try and move back. It's more like, it's hard not to guess, to fit my face in. That's his ear. Okay, good. So this is the 4th one. I think at this point he's probably saying something like, my underwear itches. I think that's the exact expression he has in that picture, to be fair. And the final one, yeah, is number 4. Number 4 was born the same year as me in the same country and it's on the same island. All right, so that's a clue for you there on that one. All right, this isn't even a human face. This is difficult. All right, go back far. If I was a space ranger, this is what my expression would be all of the time. It'd be like, infinity. How far is that? I think this is quite an easy one. It's a difficult... That's I had to Photoshop out the name on the dude's spacesuit. It gave it as if the image itself didn't give it away. All right, here we go. This is the pictures round. Let me tell you the answers. Let me put you out of your misery, as if it wasn't that easy that you got every single one of them. Let's hear it for first one was Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson, 1 point. Easy. I even did the eyebrows. I even stuck my eyebrows, even more than he did actually. In that picture, that his eyebrows, they don't look like typical Jack Nicholson eyebrows. The second one was, of course, if you name the actor who voiced Buzz Lightyear, you do not get an extra point. Okay, you do not, because I hear he's a bit of a jerk backstage, so we won't name him. David Bowie, the second one. The third one was obviously Madonna. The fourth image was Rafa Nadal. I think I got the expression pretty close there, but I had not furrowed my brow enough. There is some intensity right there from the king of clay, Rafa Nadal. Rafael. Yeah, he was born in Mallorca. He is 4 months older than me, born in the same, very close. I think he was born in Manacor actually, up north of Mallorca. And then we have finally Buzz Lightyear. That is the poster from Toy Story 3. Yeah, Jack's face did look a bit out of place, didn't it? It's weird when you see it up after I cut out Jack Nicholson's face. So yeah, we were looking for 5. How did people do? Full points for nerd immunity. If you put Ziggy Stardust down, you can take a point. There's no bonus points, so I will accept Ziggy Stardust or David Bowie. But how did people do? In the pictures round, 5 out of 5, Carl Pilkington. Looked like Carl Pilkington. Me. 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5. Full marks in this round, first time ever, 5 points. I made the pictures round too easy this time, haven't I? I'll have to make it more difficult next week. All right, well look, there was 5 points up for grabs there in round 5. Why don't we see how did you do in total? I'll give you some time to do the maths. You add it up. Let's see how you did. So after your pictures round of 5 points, let's see. Oh, here we go. The scores are coming in. 24 out of 48, Fiona. Good to see you again. 25 in total, Craig Adams. Well done. One more than Fiona's team. It's not Ziggy, it's Aladdin Sane. That's very correct, actually. That's very good. And I like that bit of wordplay as well, Aladdin Sane. I used to like that stuff about David Bowie. He cares about the details, you know. Bugs Life got a total of 35 out of 49. Not bad. That is a strong score. 5 for that round, 24 in total for Phil. You got yourself tied with Fiona earlier on. How else are we doing here? 22 out of 48. You take that is a great score. 4 out of 5 in pictures. Team No Bananas, 31 points. Well done. 29 in total. Rafa, you think Rafa looked like Carl Pilkington? He is kind of losing his hair, so maybe. That's all I've got on him. He's an international tennis superstar. I'm a guy hosting a pub quiz from my living room on a Saturday night. But he looks like Carl Pilkington, apparently. 35 for the Quarantinis. Is that a high score? Have we got a better one than that? 35? I'm scrolling back just to double check. No, that was 34 for Turktown 2. How are we doing? 24 in total over on YouTube from Charlotte. 33. Oh, I think 35 is currently the high score. Can anyone beat 35? There is no prize other than just pride. And you come back next week. 34 for Zebra Dogs, 1 point out of contention. 34 for Turktown, 2 plus 2. We've got some solid scores. 37 for Stephen Hawking's School of Dance. Stephen Fletcher, congratulations. That is an amazing score. I would also like to point out, if I can, oh, I've lost some of these scores here. Sally, you did do good over on YouTube. Congratulations. Yes, so Stephen Hawking's School of Dance / Edward Colston's Deep Sea Diving Club. That's the team name. They've got a slash because I don't think they could decide. I want to give a big shout out. Happy birthday to Stephen's wife, Vicky Fletcher. Congratulations on reaching whatever year it is, but you don't actually get to celebrate your birthday. I do apologize, but it doesn't count in lockdown, all right? But I want to give you a shout out from your husband, Pi, and your little boy, Sebastian, as well. My cousin is also called Sebastian. It's a cool name. Seba, as we call him. But yes, how did people do? 40. That is a high score. Smashed it in there. Antonia and Sarah, you got 40 for Zebra Brush. Ignacio Lopez will be a celebrity cutout in somebody else's quiz one day. Next pandemic. Next pandemic, I can be a celebrity cutout in someone else's. Somebody else can be hosting this. Folks, this has been absolutely fantastic. I've really enjoyed myself. I hope you have. If you have, then please tip me via Coffee, which is a website, ko-fi.com/Comedy Lopez. The details will come out very shortly. Also, as I mentioned, the comedy night that I put on Wednesday was such a massive success. I was so happy with it. It is not child friendly, the language used, unless you're a cool parent, all right? If you're a cool parent, then you know your kids know the difference between a good word and a bad word, and they can watch it. I used to watch all kinds of stuff when I was a kid because in Spain they do not have, they didn't have film ratings when I was a kid. You could go to the cinema, they just had recommendations. So I saw Child's Play 3 in the cinema, ladies and gentlemen. I saw all of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I saw the Friday the 13th movie. I saw all of those films when I was a kid, when I was like 5-6 years of age. I saw those movies. Great stuff. And I grew up, look how well adjusted I am, because I know that it's a movie and that is not how you act. You do not put a hockey mask on and go and hurt people in Camp Crystal Lake. That's not the thing you do. But if you have enjoyed this and you would like to see me do stand-up comedy, if you like my comedy also, which is all over my page, at Comedy Lopez on Instagram, Twitter, all of that sort of stuff, then I'm putting on another comedy night featuring a bunch of other great comedians on Wednesday, the 26th of August. It is £5 for a YouTube ticket if you want to watch on YouTube. It is £7 if you want to watch on Zoom and be interacted with and this sort of stuff. So you can go watch that. You can buy tickets are available now at comedysheep.com. I've not made an event. The only people who know about it are you watching this right now, because I've posted the tickets are now available, but I haven't posted that anywhere. So you could snatch them up first of all. We were 2 tickets away from selling out the Zoom tickets because I only want to have a certain amount of people on Zoom. We might sell out this time. Go buy tickets ASAP. Comedysheep.com. But please help support. I would love to buy a new computer chair, but before then, I would really love to be able to pay my bills and my rent. So that's what I'm calling coffee. Please tip me a coffee by going to coffee.com/Comedy Lopez. The details will come up on the screen. I will post them up in the chat. This is going to be up for a little while longer. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for being great audience members and team pub players, all right? Thanks for being great pub quiz people on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook, because I don't know how I'd get through lockdown without you. And I hate being sincere. I hate it. I'm a stand-up comedian. I like being insincere and flippant and rude and mean and snide, but everything comes from a place of love. I only do anything because I like making people laugh and I like making people happy, and you've all made me incredibly happy. When I found out my first gig I'd been booked for in 5 months in a comedy club, was booked for a couple of weeks. It was meant to be happening this week in England. It was cancelled a couple of nights ago. I cracked a bit of a joke about it, a bit of a bitter joke on Twitter, and people jumped in and donated some money, and I really appreciate that. That is helping me and Michelle stay alive right now and keep doing this stuff. I'm going to try and sort out the lighting and the computer chair situation by next week, but I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's contributed and kept us going through this whole thing. Thanks for being my friends for these 5 months, these 20 weeks of pub quiz. We're going to do another one next week. But yes, thank you, my friends. Hope to see you all again soon. So, next week is my birthday, so I'm going to have a special birthday quiz. It's going to be a big one. Let all your friends and family know. I'm going to pull out all of the stops. We're going to do everything. It's going to be Sangria Saturday for sure. But thank you once again for sticking around and contributing to the pub quiz. And I hope you don't feel too hurt if you didn't win. And I hope the questions get easier for all of you. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Muchas gracias. Diolch yn fawr. Ciao. Player.